sun's rising slow, paint skies with gold. Coffee in hand, the stories unfold. This ain't just a show, it's where hearts align. A place to unwind, where peace we find. Cannabis drifts on the morning breeze, bringing calm to the mind, setting souls at ease. Together we gather, no need to pretend. The Cove's where the day and good vibes begin. Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong, where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow. Some come to laugh, some come to share. Every story told shows someone's care. We lift each other, hand in hand. Through life's storms, together we stand. The circle's wide, there's room for all. No judgment here, just love's gentle call. Every morning's a chance to reset, renew, to breathe, to heal, and see life through. Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong, where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow. It's where hearts connect.
Hearts connect.
Where hope is planted and love takes effect.
Love takes effect.
A sacred space where kindness flows.
Kindness flows.
And every soul finds a place to grow.
Let's grow.
Come on in, let the love unfold.
Come on in, let it unfold.
In the warmth of community, hearts turn gold.
Hearts turn gold.
The Cove is more than a show on display.
More than a show.
It's a place to belong, where we start the day.
We start the day.
So rise with the sun, let the blessings flow.
Let it flow.
With coffee and peace, we let the spirit grow.
The sun breaks in through the window pane. Steam from the coffee, a slow burning flame. Feet on the floor, another day starts. Rolling ahead with a light in my heart. Clouds might gather, the road might bend, but I keep moving, no need to pretend. Past is behind, the fire still glows. Where the wind takes me, nobody knows. Just keep it rolling, don't lose the flame. Keep it burning, let it stay the same. Ride with the wind, don't fight the rain. Storms will pass, the sun remains. Every step's a story, every breath a song. Sing it loud, keep moving. moving on. Keep moving forward, just roll along, roll along, roll along. Lessons learned like stones in a stream. Some sink away, some shine in between. The weight gets heavy, the nights feel cold, but I found my way in stories retold. No need to rush, no need to chase. Every small step still holds its place. The rhythm of life, like the waves on the shore. I take what it gives, I don't ask for more. Just keep it rolling, don't lose the flame. Keep it burning, let it stay the same. Ride with the wind, don't fight the rain. Storms will pass, the sun remains. Every turn, every mile, a piece of the ride. Some days I drift, some days I glide. Through every moment, through every flame, the world keeps spinning, I do the same. The fire still flickers, the ember still glows. Wherever I land, the rhythm still flows. With every sunrise, with every sigh, I take what I need and I let it fly.
Morning breeze drifts in from the shore. A bowl in hand, life's an open door. With every puff, the good vibes grow like the sun rising, warm and slow. We gather together, light up with care. The cove's our spot, no worries to spare. Laughter and love in each smoky line. Sharing moments, feeling just fine. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, unwind, peace, refine. Hear the day with the crew in tow. Cool breeze, let it flow. From sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day. Pack a bowl, let the session begin. Inhale deep, feel the calm settle in. With every toke, the stress slips away. At the cove, it's the perfect day. The ocean hums, waves kiss the sand. We're toasted and floating, everything's grand. Here with the crew, life's at ease. Living the dream on this tropical breeze. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, unwind, peace, refine. Every day with the crew in tow. Cool breeze, let it flow. From sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted every day. Pack a bowl, let the session begin. Inhale deep, feel the calm settle in. With every toke, the stress slips away. At the cove, it's the perfect day. The ocean hums, waves kiss the sand. We're toasted and floating, everything's grand. Here with the crew, life's at ease. Living the dream on this tropical breeze. How sweet it is, sparking on wine. Unwind, unwind, peace you'll find. Every day with the crew in tow. Cool breeze, let it flow. From sunrise clouds to afternoon haze. Haze and praise, sweet summer days. How sweet it is, how sweet we stay. Stay lifted.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Totally Terrific Twist Titty Tata Chirpy Taco Token Tunes Tuesday, everybody. How's everybody's Tuesday morning going? What up, Cornbread?
What up, what up? Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Good morning, Amber. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning, Fox Man. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Bree. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Kay. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning, Ma. I hope you're off to a good morning.
Good morning, Dee. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Kay. I hope you're off to a good morning.
I'm sorry, I already did Kay. Go ahead. That one's yours.
Good morning, Brittany and Jennifer. I hope you both are off to a good morning.
I hope everybody's off to a dope start to their Tuesday. Let's wake and bake, y'all. Cheers, cheers, everybody.
The sun peeks in through the open blinds, steam from the cup and peace on my mind. You roll it up with a smile so wide, and we pass the time with nothing to hide. The quiet hum of a waking tune as gentle rays drift through the room. These mornings speak in ways so true, I'd never want to start without you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. We're slow and steady, there's no need to rush. The outside world don't pull on us much. The smoke curls up in the soft sunrise, and love sits warm behind tired eyes. Coffee in hand and a breeze through the screen, just the soft kind of peace that lives in between. It's not about plans or things we do, it's about feeling this high with you. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you. There's a peace here that's quiet and deep, the kind you carry, the kind you keep. In coffee and laughter in the morning glow, the Cove is the home that my spirit knows. Wake up with you, and the morning feels right. The Cove's where we glow in that first morning light. Each laugh, each spark, a harmony true. This place means the world, 'cause it starts with you.
Good morning, CJ. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. If you have not dropped your Getting Stoned word yet, please do. Bree, you want to drop the word again? Yeah. How's everybody's morning going so far? What do you know this morning, Cornbread?
I know that these puppies are full of it this morning, and I know that I woke up so baked as shit.
Nice.
So I don't really know much quite just yet.
I got up, got a few things done this morning. Hung out with Morgan. She's still sleeping. Yeah, it should be a dope day. Got some Guardians of Unity this afternoon. Brand new Token Tunes playlist tonight. Let's go. It's going to be a dope day. Got some This Day in History coming up here after 4:20. We got Timeline Tuesday. And our morning speaker. Bree, are you still rocking with us? After Bree, it would be Brittany would be our next Getting Stoned worder. Yes, absolutely. That's crazy, Brittany.
Prayers and much love.
It's crazy. It's definitely cooled down here a lot. We're in the 50s and 60s lately. So I'll start getting firewood again here soon. Start stockpiling for the winter times.
Yep.
Other than that, yeah, I don't know. It's been a pretty good morning. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. I guess there was in New York, they were responding to some incident, and these two cop cars smashed into each other at like really high speed. I guess all four officers were in whatever taken to the hospital.
Dang.
I know, it was crazy. I was like, damn. Brittany. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I got pretty beautiful like sunset pictures the last couple of days.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Mama Roo. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning.
All right. We are 5 minutes from 4:20, everybody. Does anybody have anything cool planned for today? I might try and do something with Morgan. She enjoyed running around all crazy yesterday, and I just turned it on in the morning, Mom, and listened to it. Like, I don't know. I enjoy the back and forth between the hosts in the morning show on the news or whatever. It's good. True that, Ma. True that. It's just interesting. There's always some sorts of craziness going on in the world.
Always.
Always. In other news, I guess there was a dude who found this box of pictures in an apartment in the Bronx. Whatever, like he found it out at the dumpster. He's like, "What? This isn't trash." And he brought it back in, and I guess he's trying to find the people that it belongs to. It's like wedding pictures from the 40s and shit like that. And like they say, the most recent picture is a graduation photo from 2011 from the University of Michigan. But yeah, like generations of pictures and memories, and yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess, and like they're all in like super good quality too. Like it's crazy for that's so if your family lost a box of pictures in the Bronx or Brooklyn, I don't remember which one it was. It might be yours.
Right?
Minutes out, everybody. Yeah. Right? That'd be crazy. Like, especially if it was like, I don't know, I mean, it's been handed down, I'm sure, so many times, and I don't know.
Absolutely.
Or that person could be just like, oh, I don't know. I fucking hate some people. I left that shit on purpose.
Yeah, that can happen too.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. Great movie review show last night. I have not seen Happy Gilmore 2 yet. It looks funny, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I will watch it anytime soon. I mean, it looks funny. I just don't fucking watch movies.
No, it's not bad. I actually enjoyed it.
Last night I was say I don't think I'd seen any of the movies that you guys reviewed.
Oh man, Grown Ups and like 1 and 2. Oh, those are funny as shit.
I've seen the first one. I just haven't seen the second one. And like, isn't there a third one?
I think so.
1 minute out, everybody. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Smoke and see what the morning has in store. 1985 for our timeline segment. I don't know. That's a good year.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm. I had to watch it. Yeah, I might have to check it out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Before 20? Dang. Oh, that's close. That wasn't close. There we go. Cheers, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.
Whew.
Cheers, everybody. Oh, shit.
What up, Beanz? What do you know?
So there's making siding for houses out of rice husks.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
a groundbreaking new material made from upcycled rice husks in a zero-waste environment is giving home builders the option to reduce their carbon footprint while adding a rustic charm to their home's exterior. The product, called Acre, offers the warmth and beauty of real wood with all the convenience of composites, and is available as siding, decking, fencing, sheets, and trimming. Damn!
That's awesome. It sounds pretty cool. But weird at the same time, too.
Unlike wheat, the rice hulls contain a significant amount of lignin, the organic polymer that forms wood. This makes them strong and durable when processed and capable of being harnessed for use as a building material. It says it offers a tone and depth of color that the company describes as imitating tropical hardwoods like teak, light, and cedar.
That's interesting.
That's crazy. All right, here's another one. Endangered blue dragon of the Caymans roars back from the brink as population climbs above 1,000. Whoa, let's go, little blue dragon. A Caribbean island's beloved blue dragons have come roaring back from the brink thanks to the diligent combat observation efforts. Good morning, Ash. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning.
Green iguanas are the most common species of their kind, though they can sometimes turn red and several other mottled shades of tan, brown, and gray. That makes the blue iguanas of Grand Cayman and the Cayman Islands all more special. Its chalky blue scales are enchanting and made into a national symbol of Grand Cayman's natural environment.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Damn, they can grow up to 3 feet. That's a big ass fucking lizard.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The duck story still takes the cake this week. Yeah.
The duck story?
The duck story. Yeah, the duck story about the people escort the ducks to and from the river every night.
Oh, yeah.
That's so dope. Who does that? That's so cool. Most people would be like, fuck those ducks.
I like ducks.
Ducks are cool. They're destructive, I guess.
They are.
I guess they're super destructive animals. My parents had some ducks when they were on a farm. Nope. Guess they just shit everywhere and eat everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like puppies.
Right. They're sleeping.
For now,
Shh.
I'm so glad Morgan was never really a chewer. She chewed on shit when she's a puppy, obviously, of course, but like she will chew on shit that she probably is not supposed to. It's more like a kid's toy or some shit outside or something like that. But as soon as I'm like, yo, she's like, oh shit, yeah, I probably shouldn't be chewing on that.
Well, not these guys. They're like, I want to chew on it anyway.
It happens. I don't know. I do what I can around here, I guess. Oh man, we do have our This Day in History coming up though. We'll play a song and dive into that. Go with I haven't played this one in a minute. Cheers.
Sun creeps in, got no plans to chase. Coffee hot and the world moves at its pace. Grinding slow while the breeze rolls by. Packing on my pipe as the seagulls fly. Smoke curls in a sleepy swirl. Feeling more like me, not missing the world. Start real easy, a breath real deep. Let the day unfold and no words to speak. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sunlight, toes in the sand. Peace in my chest and a lighter in my hand. No place to be, no race to run. Just me in this bowl and the morning sun. Packing up my pipe like I always do. Feeling alright, smoking with you. Tastes just right when you hit the bowl. The cove is quiet, let the coffee steam roll. Bare feet pressing that soft warm ground. Just puffing and listening to morning sounds. Birds above and the waves below. I'm feeling that rhythm and letting it go. This pipe's been with me through thick and thin, so I light it again, let the peace creep in. Packing up my pipe just to greet the day. With nothing on my mind, nothing in the way. Smoke in the sunlight, toes in the sand. Peace in my chest and a lighter in my hand. No place to be, no race to run. Just me in this bowl and the morning sun. Packing up my pipe like I always do. Feeling alright, smoking with you. By the time the coffee's gone, I'm floating light. High on the moment, easy and bright. If the world keeps spinning, I'll take my time. Packing up my pipe in the morning shine.
Good morning, Roy. How are you, man? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning, Jimmy. How are you? I hope you are having a wonderful morning. All right, we got some of this day in history for August 5th, 20-something or another with the one and only Vicki Bowers. Please make sure that you are following her on all the platforms. Let's fucking go. Here we go.
Welcome back. Goodness, we had some weather roll through before sunup this morning, and guess what? The power got knocked out again. It was out most of the day. Yikes. But we are back on now, so I got here without my favorite cuppa. This will do. Grab your favorite cuppa. Sit back and let's see what we have. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for August 5th. August 5th is the 217th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 218th in leap years, with 148 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is jejune. Jejune is an adjective that means inadequate to nourish the body or relieve hunger, as in the jejune diets of the very poor. Another definition for jejune is devoid of interest or significance, dull, flat, vapid, such as jejune and platitudinous lectures. Or it can mean giving evidence of lack of experience or information, like a certain young lady I met one time, and her jejune assertion that all chicken eggs were initially brown and that the white ones in the store had been bleached. That was an actual conversation I had. I knew she didn't know any better, though, and invited her out to the chicken house to collect eggs with me, and pointed out that some chickens lay brown eggs, some chickens actually do lay white eggs, and the eggs processed for commercial sale may indeed be bleached. I don't know, but if you're getting white eggs at the store, they actually came from a breed of chicken that lays white eggs. No activism necessary this time. We also had chickens that laid pale green eggs back then. I miss having chickens. Back to today's word, though. Jejune can also mean immature or juvenile. So it sounds like jejune basically means unsatisfying. The word jejune comes to us from a Latin word that meant empty. First known use of the word jejune appears to be in the 1610s. Jejune. Today's word jejune was suggested by one of my YouTube viewers. Thanks, Teresa. And if you have a word you'd like to see in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll get it on the list. And with that, Henry I was crowned King of England in Westminster Abbey on August 5th, 1100. On August 5th, 1583, Sir Humphrey Gilbert established the first English colony in North America in what is now St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. In 1733, a man named John Peter Zenger started a paper called the New York Weekly Journal. In this paper, he published opinions critical of the colonial governor, William Cosby. Cosby didn't like this very much and had Zenger arrested and charged with seditious libel. On August 5th, 1735, the New York Weekly Journal writer John Peter Zenger was acquitted of seditious libel against the royal governor of New York when it was found that what he had published was actually true, making Zenger an early symbol of freedom of the press. On August 5th, 1888, Carl Benz's wife Bertha drove from Mannheim to Forsham and back in the first long-distance automobile trip. That's about 121 miles round trip, 194 kilometers for my metric friends. And she didn't tell Carl she was going to do this. He probably would have tried to talk her out of it. She took her two sons, ages 14 and 15, with her, and gosh, what an adventure that must have been for them. Now, why would she do this, take that motor wagon on such a long trip, without telling her husband? Well, ostensibly it was to visit her mother. But she also wanted to demonstrate to her husband that automobiles could be useful and that they could be a financial success, that they could be useful to lots of people and that people would actually buy these things. She met with several challenges along the way. She had some mechanical difficulties. She overcame all of those. She had to find the solvent that was used as a fuel, which was available at the time only through a dispensing chemist shop, what we might think of as a pharmacy. So the world's first filling station was a little pharmacy in Germany. It still exists as far as I know. I think there's a historical plaque out there denoting it as the first filling station. As I said, she had other mechanical difficulties along the way, but she successfully dealt with them, and these difficulties gave Carl some ideas about things to improve in the motor wagon, which is what they called it at the time. And she didn't actually make that entire trip in one day. I did wonder about that. 121 miles in a little car like that. No, she left at dawn from Mannheim and arrived at Forsham sometime after dusk, so it took her all day to make that trip. All day to take a trip that right now we could probably make in one of our modern automobiles on one of our modern roads in a couple of hours or so. They stayed and visited with her mother and came back about 3 days later by a slightly different route, taking a more scenic tour coming back. And that entire route up and back today is marked as the Bertha Beanz Memorial Route. Go Bertha, that's pretty cool. On August 5th, 1957, a TV show called American Bandstand debuted on the ABC television network in the United States. It was hosted by the ever-youthful Dick Clark. I can hear that intro music playing in my head right now, but I'm not going to sing it. They played current popular music and let teenagers dance to it on camera. They would have some current popular music artists come in and lip-sync one of their songs. And they had a segment called Rate the Record, where Dick Clark would ask a couple of people to evaluate a new piece of music and justify their reasons for their evaluation. They'd give it a score, and this Rate the Record process is where we get the catchphrase, "It's got a good beat and you can dance to it." American Bandstand evolved over the years, of course, and it ran until about 1989. American Bandstand. Today's song is Miss You by the Rolling Stones, number 1 on August 5th, 1978. It was released in May of 1978 as a single from the album Some Girls, written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. It may or may not have been conceived as a disco song, but they did come out with an extended version of it as a special disco version. In 2002, an artist known as Dr. Dre released a remix of it, and I'm pretty sure I remember Gilda Radner alluding to it as Rosanna Dana. Miss You by the Rolling Stones, number 1 on August 5th, 1978. Link in the description. As I was thinking about how today's episode came together with the storm and all, I had just formed the thought, oh, a quote. I need a quote. And what popped into my mind was, what a revolting development. And I thought for sure that this was a Mae West quote, but just to be sure, I looked it up, and the internet says no, this quote is often misattributed to Mae West, but it actually became famous as the catchphrase of a character named Chester A. Riley, who was a wing riveter on the popular 1940s radio show, The Life of Riley. This frequent exclamation of indignation of his made the phrase one of the most famous of its time. My source went on to say that while Mae West was known for her witty and bawdy quips, she is not associated with this particular quote. I listened to a little bit of The Life of Riley. I'll put a link in the description for you. I got to tell you, he reminded me a lot of Al Bundy from Married with Children. As I said, I'll put a link in the description so you can hear an episode or two, or all of them if you want to. The actual quote is, "What a revolting development this is. What a revolting development this is." Chester Riley. Alrighty, y'all take care. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. No Really. No Really. Consider following my Day in History page on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I also have a Patreon account now, or you can buy me a coffee. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
Much love. Yes, please make sure that you are following Vicki on all of the platforms. We super duper appreciate the This Day in History. Dang, with the power situations, that's just crazy, Vicki B.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they've been getting crazy storms down there all summer, it feels like. Please make sure you're following Vicki. You're missing out if you're not.
Yes.
All right, we got our song of the day. Some Rolling Stones. I don't know. Hopefully this one doesn't get shut up. Not on wood. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. So far, so good, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is everybody's morning going? I think it's sunrise time. You look right on the horizon, you can see the little tippity toppity top. I was wondering why that fucking thing was flashing because it's sunrise time. Good morning, Deb. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I don't know if I said good morning to you or not.
Good morning.
Somebody have anything cool going on today? It's gonna be nice out today, so we'll see what happens.
I don't know.
So you dyed your hair. Looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
How was that? How did that turn out?
Good.
Good.
Ryan had so much fun with it.
I bet. I don't know, I know like hair dye and shit, it's always kind of a toss up. Like there's always a chance it's just, you know what I mean, it's not gonna go the way you wanted it to or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. Safe travels, Kay.
Yes, be safe, be safe. Dang, getting shit done this morning, Brittany.
I felt that. I woke up at 7:09. I was like, okay. I sat up, smoked a cigarette, and then I was like, okay. I let the dogs out, stuff like that. Fed all of them, watered all of them, and combed the puppies and stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm good now. And then I was like, I need some coffee.
Yeah, I can't without coffee. I just no.
My sister was making fun of me because she goes, you look like you have been smoking since this morning. I was like, no, I woke up like this.
I woke up like this.
She goes, that's why you need the coffee. I was like, yeah. Yes. Just a little bit. That liquid stuff, yeah, that's don't matter.
I have never had.
It's good. It's not bad. It does have that like THC like aftertaste.
Yeah.
And then it goes away. And you're like I said, I'm fine throughout the day. Then when I go to bed, I slept pretty decent last night, and then this morning I woke up and I'm like, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. I was like, I can't even open my eyes. I swear they are open right now, but they do not look like it.
All right, we do have our Timeline Tuesday segment coming up, 1985. We'll play another Rolling Stones song and dive on in. Cheers, everybody.
I was born in a class I was raised by a toothless bearded head. I was schooled with a strap right across my back. Well, it's alright. In fact, it's a gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. I was drowned, I was washed off and left for dead. I fell down to my feet and I saw their blade. Yeah, I drowned and the crumbs I've across my bread. Yeah, I was drowned with a spike right through my head. But it's alright. Back it's a gas, but it's alright. I'm jumping jack flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. Jumping jack flash, it's a 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 gas.
Let's fucking go. That's dope, Brittany. Hell yeah. That sounds
Ooh.
awesome. That's like a great happy accident.
Sunflowers are they're so cool to watch when they grow. I love it.
It's crazy. Like up in North Dakota, northern Minnesota, northern South Dakota, they have fucking fields of sunflowers. It's just crazy. Sunflowers for eyes, or miles for our eyes to see. I don't fucking know what I'm trying to say. Miles and miles. I don't know. All right. We do have our Timeline Tuesday segment 1985. Here we go.
$1985. It was the middle of the decade, and you could feel the 80s finding itself, growing up before our very eyes and becoming its own era. In fact, the 80s was when many of our own viewers grew up, and learning to grow up, it's a universal process. First, there's the lack of dignity. You develop a little attitude.
You just watch your mouth, mister.
And as you get older and wiser, you realize not to take crap from anyone.
It's over. Enough! Enough!
Today, we're going to talk about the news, culture, sports, and entertainment, and all that was weird in the 80s. This is Timeline. Today, the future is going back to the year 1985. But before we get moving, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know a story from 85 you would like to see a full video on. Now, how alive was your 85?
I feel tremendous. I'm ready to take all the world. Oh!
This is 1985. 1985 started off on a seemingly positive note when National Geographic published a cover story of Coco the gorilla who learned sign language. Coco got a brand new kitten, which she named All Ball because she thought her new pet looked like a ball. Compared to what my friends have named their pets, she is not the worst name giver. Sadly, All Ball was hit by a car after the kitten escaped Coco's cage the month before, in December of '84. When Coco was informed, she signed the words bad, sad, bad. Frown, cry, frown, sad trouble. It wasn't all sad for Coco, though. A few months later, Francine Patterson, Coco's instructor and caregiver, allowed her to pick out 2 more kittens, which she did, calling them Lipstick and Smokey. In her time, Coco the gorilla became quite the star, meeting celebrities like Robin Williams, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Mr. Rogers. On January 20th, Ronald Reagan began his second term as the President of the United States. If you think Reagan was busy during the first half of the 80s, wait till you see what he does during the next 4 years.
What's that?
Sushi.
You won't accept a guy's tongue in your mouth and you're gonna eat that?
Can I eat?
I don't know. Give it a try.
Moving into early February, the World Chess Championship match in Moscow between Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov ended in controversy when the finals were postponed due to psychological strain. Fast forward to September 3rd when the championship matches were resumed and Kasparov stunned Karpov in a 13-11 defeat. Mickey Mouse made a surprise visit to China on February 19th in honor of Disneyland's 30th anniversary. China became the first stop on Mickey's 30-city Goodwill tour. Fast forward 31 years later to June 16, 2016, when Shanghai gets a Disneyland of its very own, Shanghai Disneyland Park. For scale, the cost of 2 adults and 1 child visiting the park on 2-day weekend tickets would cost the average Chinese adult 1 month's wages. Speaking of children, we go to Bloomington, Indiana, where Hoosier basketball coach Bobby Knight took his childlike temper tantrums to the next level. On Saturday, February 23rd, just 5 minutes into the game against Purdue, Knight lost his on a loose ball foul call and proceeded to throw a chair onto the court. The refs rang Knight up with 2 technical fouls, which ejected him from the game. The Big Ten gave Knight a 1-game suspension with 2 years probation.
So how did she get stuck with a guy like this?
You and me, kid.
It's a romantic comedy.
Really looking forward to working with you, kid.
Moonlighting, premiering Sunday, March 3rd.
It doesn't get any weirder than this. Huggies diapers were awarded the infamous Pig Award on March 3rd, given to them by Women Against Pornography. The feminist group stated that Huggies television ads crossed the line between eye-catching and porn. The Women Against Pornography called out Huggies for its gratuitous creep shot of a mother picking up her newborn baby. Mom leans in and exposes her underwear to the world. Yeah, moving on. 3 days later, on March 6th in Albany, New York, Michael Gerard Tyson made his boxing professional debut. He was only 18 years old when he stepped into the ring. Tyson's first opponent, it was Hector Mercedes. And with a vicious body shot, Tyson quickly wrecked Mercedes with a first-round TKO. Tyson would go on to win 26 of his first 28 fights by KO or TKO, 16 of those coming in the first round. In fact, Tyson's quickest knockout was a year later on July 26, 1986, when Tyson met Joe Frazier's son, Marvis. Tyson KO'd Frazier in 30 seconds.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. We'll see more of Iron Mike in the coming years. Back to 85, on March 7th, We Are the World, the charity single for Ethiopian famine relief, written by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson, was released. It rode the #1 spot for 4 weeks. The song was famously recorded at The Gambler, Kenny Rogers' lion's share recording studio in Hollywood. All of the decade's most iconic voices participated. Stevie Wonder, Bob Dylan, Tina Turner, Bruce Springsteen, and Dan Aykroyd? The only person who overshadowed this all-star recording session didn't even show up to the recording studio. Prince, who was at the peak of his popularity, spent the night hanging out at Carlos and Charlie's, the Sunset Strip nightclub at the time. Prince's night out would make headlines the next day when his bodyguard beat up a paparazzi as he tried to exit the club. 3 days later, the Soviet Union's General Secretary Konstantin Chernenko died after a long fight with emphysema and associated lung and heart damage on March 10th. He led the Soviets for just over a year, from February 13th, 1984. Mikhail Gorbachev then took the helm as the Soviets' General Secretary. We'll see a bit more from Mr. Gorbachev later. Going from Russia across the Bering Sea to Alaska, Libby Riddles made history when she became the first woman to win the prestigious Iditarod Trail sled dog race on March 31st. At 29 years old, Riddles mushed her 14 Huskies through 938 miles of snowy cross-country terrain, with a time of 18 days, 20 minutes, and 17 seconds.
Hey, good evening, Fasal. How are you, man? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you had a good day.
Good evening. Good day. Yeah.
I think it's evening there. It'd be like 7 p.m. there. No, 9 p.m. there. No, 7 p.m. there. Pretty sure it's 7 p.m. there. We're just hanging out, listening to our Timeline Tuesday segment, 1985 this morning. What year were you born, Fasal? I was born in 1990.
On the very same day, we go to a sold-out Madison Square Garden, where the very first WrestleMania was seen by 1 million rabid fans. The event consisted of 9 matches, including the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov versus the U.S. Express with Captain Lou Albano, Andre the Giant versus Big John Studd, and somehow Cyndi Lauper became a manager. The main event was a battle for the ages, featuring Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, who doubled up to defeat Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Madison, he got out!
And of course, who could forget the honorary guest timekeeper that night, Liberace. From New York to China on April 7th, when George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley, the duo better known as Wham, performed in China, being the first band from the West to ever do so. The gig was actually supposed to go to Queen. Freddie Mercury wanted to be the first ever to play China. When Wham's manager heard this, he sent a video of Mercury's flamboyant performances to Chinese authorities. When the event organizers saw Mercury, they opted for Wham, who was presented far more conservatively. Arriving in mid-April, we would see boxer Marvelous Marvin Hagler go toe-to-toe with Tommy the Hitman Hearns at Caesar's Palace. Hagler won in the 3rd round by knockout, and despite only going such a short distance, is still considered to be one of the best fights ever. On April 23rd, New Coke was introduced to the public, and the public was not okay with a newer, sweeter flavor. After an initial 7% boost in sales the first few days on the market, consumers revolted, and Pepsi gained 14% of Coca-Cola's market share. Fast forward to July, when Coca-Cola executives announced a return to their original formula. Despite the negative press, New Coke stuck around until 2002. On the same day as New Coke, we go back to the USSR, when Mikhail Gorbachev sought to decentralize economic decisions to improve efficiency by making economic reforms known as perestroika. The literal meaning of perestroika is restructuring, referring to the restructuring of the Soviet political and economic system. Fast forward to October 1990, when Gorbachev was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, in part for his pivotal role in ending the Cold War. We go to mid-May, and with an average of 28.2 points per game and magically turning the crappy Bulls into playoff contenders, Michael Jordan was awarded the NBA's Rookie of the Year. Also in 1985, Nike introduced Air Jordans. The shoes were $65 a pair, well over the cost of an average high top at the time, and at first banned by the NBA. Air Jordans created a shoe-crazed nation and were the coolest high top and 3/4 cut shoes of the decade, and maybe still are. Today, the Jordan brand is worth over $3 billion. On May 20th, the FBI arrested John Anthony Walker, a United States Navy chief warrant officer and communications specialist who had been spying for the Soviet Union since 1968 for $1,000 a week. Walker's ex-wife turned him into the FBI after years of pleading with him to stop. Fast forward to August, when Walker was tried and sentenced to life in prison. Walker died in 2014, 1 year before he was eligible for parole.
No law, no war can stop him. Sylvester Stallone is back as Rambo. First Blood, Part 2.
A notable culinary first. Bagel bites were invented by tennis partners Bob Mosher and Stanley Garzinski. both from Fort Myers, Florida. The two invested $20,000 into the company and sold $1 million worth of their bikes in the first year. On June 1st, when Harold Faltermeyer's Axel F., Beverly Hills Cop's theme song hit number 3 on the Billboard charts. Faltermeyer later said the film's producers originally disliked the direction he was taking the score and wanted to throw the music out. It wasn't until Martin Brest voiced his approval that the studio execs showed enthusiasm about the music. Later in June, Larry McMurtry's Western novel Lonesome Dove was released on the 13th. The story of the relationships between retired Texas Rangers and their Old West adventures was so well received, it inspired a coveted miniseries. Fast forward to February 5th, 1989, when heavy hitters like Robert Duvall, Angelica Houston, and Tommy Lee Jones starred in a television adaptation. But really, who could forget water moccasins?
Water moccasins!
On June 15th, Danae was attacked. Rembrandt's life-size depiction of the character Danae from Greek mythology, the mother of Perseus. Bronius Magus, a Soviet-Lithuanian national later judged insane, threw sulfuric acid on the canvas and cut it twice with a knife. Magus claimed that destroying the painting was his way to champion Lithuania's independence from the USSR. Later, he said he was generally against nude art. So, yeah, thanks, Bronius. In late June, we go to the road, where you could no longer get your kicks, because Route 66, the highway which spanned 2,200 miles from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California, was officially removed from the United States highway system after it had been replaced in its entirety by segments of the interstate highway system. At the end of June, James Dewar, baker and inventor of the Twinkie, died after a lifetime of working for Hostess Brands Bakery. He started as one of the company's delivery boys in 1920 in a horse-drawn cart, retiring in 1972 as the company's vice president. Dewar became a hero on April 6, 1930 in the snack cake industry when he filled a tube of shortcake with banana cream and called it the Twinkie. During World War II, bananas were rationed and the company was forced to switch to vanilla cream, the flavor we enjoy today. In Houston, Nolan Ryan became the first pitcher to strike out 4,000 batters on July 11th, when the 38-year-old hurler fanned New York Mets outfielder Danny Heath during the bottom of the 6th.
Breaking ball, and that's it. Strikeout number 4,000 for Nolan Ryan.
Considered one of the greatest pitchers ever, Ryan is known for 3 things. He has the current MLB record for most career strikeouts with 5,714. Ryan could hit 100 miles per hour on the radar gun until he retired at 46. And this pummeling of Robin Ventura on August 4th, 1993.
Watch out. Look at this.
Back to 85. And on July 13th, the music industry from England and America hosted simultaneous music festivals at Wembley Stadium in London and John F. Kennedy Stadium in Philadelphia. It was a joint effort to raise funds for relief of the ongoing Ethiopian famine. While musicians like David Bowie, U2, Paul McCartney, and Queen headlined Wembley, the Philly crowd saw a shaky Led Zeppelin reunion, peak Madonna, Mick Jagger with Tina Turner, and Tom Petty. Of course, you also had the show-off. After his set at Wembley Stadium, Phil Collins caught the Concorde and landed in Philadelphia in time to do a second set at JFK. The next month, on August 26th, 13-year-old Ryan White began attending classes at Western Military School in Kokomo, Indiana, via a telephone hookup at his home. Ryan became a national poster child for AIDS in the U.S. after his school administrators barred him from attending classes in person once he acquired the disease from a contaminated blood transfusion. Fast forward a year later to August 31st, 1986, when Ryan enrolled at Hamilton Heights High School in Arcadia, Indiana, after the kids and parents of Western Middle School ran him out of town. Southern Californians were able to sleep a little better on August 31st. That was the day Richard Ramirez was caught, beaten, and handed over to the LAPD by a group of neighborhood locals who spotted the serial killer wandering the streets of East LA. Flash forward to September 20th, 1989, when the Night Stalker was convicted of all charges. 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries. Moments after being sentenced to death by gas chamber, Ramirez said, "Big deal. Death always went with the territory. See you in Disneyland." Moving into the 1st of September, after decades of disappointing searches and salvage expeditions, the RMS Titanic was finally found off the coast of Newfoundland. While the ship's wreckage is too unstable and delicate to salvage, divers recovered thousands of items, which have been conserved and put on public display. Of course, the Titanic's popularity didn't peak until we fast forward to November 1997, when James Cameron's Titanic set sail.
It's been 84 years.
Made of plastic, microchips here and there. She's a small wonder.
Now, you're always a bit ornery, unpleasant, impolite, even downright mean. That's part of your charm.
Thank you, you bed-hopping relic.
To Silicon Valley, where Steve Jobs resigned from Apple on September 16th after losing a battle for control of the company with then-CEO John Sculley. The corker is that Jobs poached Sculley from Pepsi because of his marketing genius. The pair ran Apple as co-CEOs, but when Jobs wanted more say in which direction the company would go, Apple's board told Jobs he was too volatile to hold a leadership role. On the same day, Jobs submitted paperwork to the California Secretary of State for the name of his new company, Next Computer. Fast forward to 1997, when Apple would buy Next for $429 million and give Jobs an advisory role back at Apple HQ. Now, when music and politics collide. September 21st, Dee Snider, lead singer of Twisted Sister, testified before the U.S. Senate in defense of music censorship. The Washington Wives, a small group of high-ranking government officials' wives, wanted to give albums ratings, the same way the MPAA rated movies. Hoping he'd embarrass himself, everyone was shocked when Snider, dressed like an 80s rock star Halloween costume, eloquently made a case for uncensored music.
As the creator of Under the Blade, I can say categorically that the only sadomasochism, bondage, and rape in this song is in the mind of Ms. Gore.
The Oregon Trail was first released for the Apple II. It was no Burger Time or Mario Brothers, but as far as personal computer games went, it was okay. Plus, kids learned about the realities of 19th century pioneer life on the Oregon Trail and the many ways to die. Dysentery again? Pac-Man never taught us anything like that. Spurred by a controversial, off-the-cuff remark from Bob Dylan in July during his set for Live Aid in Philadelphia, Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, and Neil Young took it upon themselves to organize Farm Aid. A wide variety of musicians like Johnny Cash, Tom Petty, Loretta Lynn, Sammy Hagar with Eddie Van Halen, and 50 other A-listers arrived in Champaign, Illinois on September 22nd to help raise over $9 million for America's independent farmers and their families. From the heartland USA to the Soviet bloc, the USSR suffered from a national economic crash during September when Saudi Arabia started rapidly increasing its petroleum extraction. Saudi Arabia's increase in oil production led to a collapse in the price of a barrel of oil, which fell as low as $7. Fast forward to December 26, 1991, when the Supreme Soviet voted the USSR itself out of existence. 5 years after the Saudis' change in oil exporting paved the road for the Soviet Union's collapse.
All right, hot shot. So you got a golden ballerina between your knees and no reins. Now what?
To video games. It was on October 18th, Nintendo Entertainment Systems made its North American debut to a small test market in New York City. The first NES gaming system cost your parents $149.99, and it came complete with Super Mario Bros., Duck Hunt, a light gun attachment for Duck Hunt, and an extra controller. And let's not forget, you needed extra lung capacity for blowing on a cartridge just to get a game to work. By 1990, 30% of all American households owned a Nintendo, compared to 23% for homes that had a personal computer. 3 days later, on October 21st, former San Francisco supervisor Dan White was found in his home's garage, dead behind the wheel of his wife's car, less than 6 years after he assassinated San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk.
Both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
You may also remember White as the man who defended the murders with what's now mockingly known as the Twinkie defense. White's legal team claimed that White killed Moscone in milk because the former health nut had become addicted to junk food. The jury didn't buy White's Twinkie excuse, and White served 5 years on a soft 7-year sentence. New York Yankees management fired Billy Martin on October 27th, officially ending the Billy the Fourth era of Yankees baseball. It was the 4th time Martin had been fired as the Yankees manager. He never admitted it, but the call most likely came from Steinbrenner, who dealt with Martin's fights on and off the field and unpaid debts. Fast forward to 1988, when the Yankees would sign Martin as the season's manager for the 5th time. The 60-year-old manager was fired before the season ended, but while he was in the pinstripes during the 88 season, he never lost his fury. Crack made its first appearance in the New York Times on November 17th, when the paper described it as a super drug. This wasn't your daddy's cocaine. It was addictive, cheap, and lethal. In the 80s, the drug would devastate black communities, and with tough on crime policies as well as the war on drugs, harsh mandatory drug sentencing would be the catalyst for the prison population boom. The nation's response to crack? Fast forward to 1992, when Pee Wee Herman filmed this David Lynchian PSA about the dangers of crack.
Look, everybody wants to be cool, but doing it with crack isn't just wrong. It could be dead wrong.
We're not going to show it. But November 18th marks the day the New York Giants' Lawrence Taylor broke Joe Theismann's leg in 3 during a Monday night football game. It was the live, uncensored graphic rawness that would stick in any viewer's traumatized memory decades after it happened. That day would be Theismann's last day as a football player. Theismann would move on to announcing NFL games, but his big broadcasting moment came when he hosted American Gladiators. Fast forward and to the date of Theismann's injury on November 18th, 2018, when J.J. Watt and Kareem Jackson inflicted the same injury to another Washington quarterback, Alex Smith. Worth noting, as of the making of this video, Alex Smith is returning to the NFL.
Yeah, now he's worried. You cut it. You hurt it. You see, he's not a machine. He's a man.
Moving into December, the Chicago Bears released the Super Bowl Shuffle on the 3rd. Fast forward to February 1st, 1986, when the Super Bowl Shuffle peaked at number 41 on the Billboard Hot 100. For a decade filled with great music. How did that happen? 2 days later, on December 5th, Christopher Forbes, vice president of Forbes magazine, bought a 1787 Chateau Lafite Claret for $157,000. The rare 198-year-old bottle of wine was said to have once been owned by Thomas Jefferson. Glug, 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 glug.
Good morning, Mom. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We're just hanging out listening to our timeline segment 1985 this year.
Good morning.
We got a little bit left, but well, I don't know, probably like 5 minutes maybe.
Fancy. Fast forward to 2005, when billionaire wine collector Bill Koch, yes, that Koch of the shadowy Koch brothers, bought 4 bottles of 1787 Chateau Lafite from the same batch Forbes bought his bottle. Koch's staff began the process of certifying the 4 bottles and soon found out the entire batch, including Forbes' bottle, were fakes. Glug.
Hey, good morning, Heather. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday morning.
Good morning, Heather.
We are hanging out doing our timeline segment 1985. We got a couple minutes left.
Glug, 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 glug. Fakes. On December 23rd in Reno, Nevada, 20-year-old James Vance and 18-year-old Ray Belknap shot themselves in an apparent suicide pact. Vance's parents lawyered up and sued Judas Priest, alleging the boys were told to shoot themselves in a subliminal message in an 8-year-old Priest song, Better by You, Better Than Me. July 1990, when Vance and Belknap's lawyers finally got Priest in court. The parents were asking for $6.2 million in damages. Lead singer Rob Halford said if he was ever going to put a subliminal message in his songs, it would be to buy more albums. The judge ultimately decided that the group was not responsible. Turning to true crime, Diane Fossey, one of the foremost primatologists in the world, best known for her study of the mountain gorillas, was found murdered on December 27th in the bedroom of her cabin in Rwanda. 3 years later, Fossey's story would hit the screen.
Universal Pictures and Warner Brothers present Sigourney Weaver, Brian Brown, in the true story of one woman's incredible courage.
Finally, on the last day of the year, which would end on a somber note, on his way to headline a big New Year's Eve gig in Texas, Rick Nelson died when his plane crashed in a pasture less than 2 miles from a landing strip. Nelson, his girlfriend, and his band died. The 2 pilots escaped the burning wreckage from the cockpit windows. After a year-long investigation, the National Transportation Safety Board concluded that a definite cause of the crash was unknown. Nelson was 45. 1986 was just around the corner when America would get the need for speed. A human chain would form across the country, and a future media giant show would make its debut. But you're just going to have to wait until next year. Coming up next, 1986. So what do you think? What year from the 80s was your favorite year? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these only about the 1980s videos from our weird history.
Yeah, I love the Weird History channel. They have so many good videos and deep dives and stuff.
Right? Brittany, too. I was born in 1992.
Oh, I was a year off. I thought 93.
No. 92.
Oh, man. All right, we do have our morning speaker yet. Play a song, and I'll start looking for that.
Cool.
Cheers, everybody.
Sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. He don't know what he's asking. When he tells me I better get in line, I can't hear what he's saying. When I grow up, I'm gonna make it mine. These ain't dues I've been paying. Well, how much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if you run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's gone, he's tried to run my life. You don't know what he's asking. Working starts to make me wonder where the fruits of what I do are going. He says in love and war all is fair. He's got cards he ain't showing. How much does it cost? I'll buy it. The time is all we've lost. I'll try it. And he can't even run his own life. I'll be damned if you run mine. Sunshine, sunshine, come on back another day. I promise you I'll be singing. This old world, she's gonna turn around. Brand new bells will be ringing.
Good morning, Mindy.
Good morning.
I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday morning. Let me see here.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
All right. Play another song and see where we're at with our morning.
Yeah.
Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my mom and pop, not the way that I do love you.
Well, holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream it too. There's nothing there ain't nothing that I need.
Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ, ain't nothing please me more than you.
Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Take me home. Mommy, I'm coming home.
I followed you into the park, through the jungle, through the dark. Girl, I never loved one like you.
Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laughed until we think we're down, barefoot on the summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you.
And in the streets you run a free like it's only you and me. If you're something to see. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Jade,
Alexander,
do you remember that day you fell out of my window?
I sure do. You came jumping out after me.
Well, you fell on the concrete and nearly broke your ass, and you were bleeding all over the place, and I rushed you out to the hospital. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Well, there's something I never told you about that night.
What did you tell me?
While you were sitting in the back seat smoking a cigarette you thought was going to be your last, I was falling deep, deeply in love with you. And I never told you till just now.
Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, let me go home. Home is where I belong with you.
Home, let me come home.
You.
Such a dope song. That's a ridiculous sunrise.
Yes. It is.
All right, we're gonna go with a Dr. K this morning. All right, here we go.
Oh, look at, I have this pen. And then the moment that this external thought, this person has more. The moment that that thought enters, my happiness is destroyed. The reason that video games no longer become fun is because we get bored while playing them. We can be very, very excited about the future, but the moment that the thought of climate change, the thought of inflation, the thought of a dating crisis enters our mind, we are no longer happy. Today, I want to teach you how to be happy. Now, that may sound insane because is happiness something that can be taught? Because normally when we think about happiness, we think about a fulfilling life. Oh yeah, the future is bright, but there's climate change, there's war, there's inflation. We think, oh, happiness is finding the person that you love, right? Oh, if I could just get this person to love me back, then I would be happy. But oftentimes those people succeed in entering a relationship and it doesn't lead to happiness. Divorce rates are 50%. People change. The relationship turned out not to be what you thought it was. And then we think about happiness as goals. Like, I want to achieve all of these things. And if I achieve all of these things, then I will be happy. But y'all know better than I do, all kinds of crap gets in the way. So how on earth are we supposed to be happy in today's world? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The problem is that we have forgotten or lost what it means to actually be happy. We have lost our technical understanding of what happiness is, right? So if you ask someone, oh, what is happiness? What is happiness to you? First of all, that question is stupid because happiness to you is irrelevant. There is no happiness to you. It's not like we're asking the question, oh, what is sadness to you? What is pain to you? What is feeling anxious to you? No, like these are common, technical, neuroscientific definitions of the human state of existence. And we have lost our understanding of, first of all, what the definition of happiness is. And since we don't even know what it is, we can't consistently create it. But here's the crazy thing. We actually know exactly what happiness is. That's what I'm going to teach you today. And once we understand what it is, we will understand how to create it. I know this is going to sound nuts, but basically irrespective of the circumstances of your life. Now, if you're listening to this, the first thing that you're going to say is, this is bullshit, right? Like, this is insane. You can't just make a video about learning to be happy or how to be happy and then everyone becomes happy. If it was that so simple, someone would have done it. Well, hear me out and let's pay attention and then we'll see, right? Because I get that. I get how insane it is, but just bear with me. So the first thing that we got to understand is that happiness does not come from objects, right? So this is the biggest mistake we make. And it's a tragedy that this is true, by the way. So we go our whole lives thinking that a particular thing will make me happy, right? So, oh, if I have a burger today, I will be happy. If I can get this person to fall in love with me, I will be happy. I'm a virgin. If I can get laid, I will be happy. If I get promoted, if I make more money, all of these things will bring me happiness. Now, why do we believe this stuff? Because in our experience, duh, it's true. I wanted a burger, I got a burger, and I ate it, and now I'm happy. Dr. K, what the hell are you talking about? This is how it works. Except it doesn't work that way. I know, just hear me out. Because if the burger is where the happiness is, every time you eat a burger, you would be happy, right? And I was addicted to video games. This is the big tragedy, is that the happiness is not in the object. If it was, I wouldn't be here. I would be super happy being a degenerate gamer, playing video games 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's what I'd be doing all the time. But the whole problem is that chasing that object doesn't consistently bring you happiness. And y'all know this, right? Because you can have your favorite show that you want to, oh, I really want to binge watch a show, and then it's just not enjoyable. You really want to play this video game. Oh, Path of Exile 2 just came out and everyone's really excited. You load up Path of Exile and it's like, Or you do finally get that person to go out with you on a date. You do finally get laid. And then it turns out that this is not what you thought it was. So the first thing that we have to understand is that if the happiness is in the object, every time we engage with the object, we would get the same level of happiness, right? Like that's just how it works. If the weight of this pen is in the pen, when I pick up the pen, I feel the weight. That doesn't change no matter how many times I pick it up, what my mood is, what the weather is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The quality is intrinsic in the object, but that's not how it works for happiness. So how does it work for happiness? So once again, we're going to pay attention to our experiences. So there's this saying that comparison is the thief of joy. And I've been seeing this posted on all of the Instagrams that are, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare, don't compare, don't compare. So we can learn a lot from this. The problem is that comparison is not the only thief of joy, right? So we can go through our lives not comparing, and there are all kinds of other things that can take away our happiness. And this is really important data because if we understand the mechanism of how comparison takes away our happiness, we will understand what happiness truly is. So let's say that I get a toy. Okay, I get some present for Christmas and I'm really happy. I'm like, fuck yeah, I got this toy. And then I call my friend, and my friend who, also got Christmas presents, like, yeah, I got that same toy and I got this other toy. And now suddenly I was happy, right? I was really happy with the toy. And then this bit of information, tiny bit of information for my friend enters my brain. And then suddenly I was so happy with this. Oh, wow, I'm so happy. And then suddenly this happiness disappears. Like, isn't that weird? Like, think about that for a second, right? Isn't it really strange that you can be perfectly happy with something, then something happens and the happiness is robbed? Oh, I got promoted. Yeah, I'm making $100,000 a year. Oh, your bonus was 100 and you're making 120. Suddenly I'm unhappy. So kind of weird, right? And now let's look at our other example of playing a video game or binge watching a show and not enjoying it. What is it that makes you not enjoy binge watching a show? Why do we even long for things like binge watching shows, playing video games, drugs, sex, even sleep? I work with people who are suicidal and they long for death. What are they longing for with all of these things? They are longing for a peace of mind, right? So I want to get lost in a show. I want to be so engaged with the show that the rest of the world disappears. I want to turn that TV on at 6 o'clock and I want to watch all through the night, fuel myself, and then when dawn comes, I'm going to pass out. It's going to be amazing, dude. I've done LAN parties, guys. I know we know what we're talking about. If you're a LAN party person, you want to obliviate your mind. You want to be lost with drugs. You want to be completely outside of your own head. And that brings us to another point as well, which is that everyone is doing mindfulness now. But mindfulness is a scam. That's not really what it is. The point of mindfulness is not to fill your mind with things. It is actually the exact opposite, to empty your mind. The actual practice is mindlessness, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to empty our mind. And when we enter this empty mind state, we end up being relatively content and happy. People who do mindfulness meditation for about an 8-week period, their quality of life increases. They become objectively happier. So how can we kind of distill all of these examples to understand what the nature of happiness is? So when I'm enjoying, I got a pen for Christmas. Yay, I'm very happy. So at this moment, my mind is focused on this. I am absorbed in this. This is why we love drugs. So if people who, are dancing while they're drunk or getting the munchies while they're high, what is so fun about that? It's that you are completely absorbed within the activity. This is also why orgasm is so much fun, because when you are having an orgasm, you are not thinking about anything else. So the nature of happiness is very simple. The nature of happiness is a one-pointedness of the mind. Anytime we are absorbed within one activity, we are happy. The problem that we fall into is that we become dependent on external objects to create this one-pointedness of the mind for us. Since I don't know how to make my mind one-pointed, I'm going to rely on a video game or drugs or a TV show, and we don't watch boring shows, right? We're going to rely on this object to make our mind one-pointed. The problem is that as we rely on this external object to force one-pointedness of the mind for us, then our mind becomes weak. We are not capable of making our mind one-pointed. Now, there's a really, really interesting term to describe a mind that is not one-pointed, a mind that is fractured in 1,000 directions. And as a psychiatrist, the thing that my patients consistently hate the most across every patient that I've worked with, the thing that people dislike the most is something called boredom. When people hear about our coaching program, their first response is usually, why would I work with another human being when I can watch YouTube videos all on my own? Working with a coach is about amplifying your time and effort. We're great at wanting things and even making some progress, but we usually struggle with follow through or have some kind of setback. And that's exactly where working with a coach can help. Coaches provide personalized support to help you set appropriate goals, make progress, and even work through setbacks. Just let us know what your goals are, what kind of support you're looking for, and we'll match you with the best coach for your unique needs. Check out the link in the description below to see if coaching is right for you. So what is boredom? What happens inside you when you are bored? Your mind is all over the place. You want to do this, you want to do this, you want to do this. You feel restless, you feel like fidgeting, right? There's nothing to occupy the mind. So when we're bored, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but a couple days ago, I was bored. So I loaded up a video game. I played it for 5 minutes and I was like, this is not fun for me. So I closed the video game. I started browsing Reddit for a couple of minutes. Then I closed Reddit and I was like, this is not fun for me. And then I loaded up a second video game, Star Sector and then Path of Exile. And I played that for 5 minutes and I was like, this is not doing it for me. What human beings hate more than anything else in this world is boredom. Happiness and sadness are not opposites. Happiness and boredom are opposites because happiness is a one-pointed mind and boredom is a mind that's all over the place. Why is it that we watch TV when we eat something? Because when we eat something, instead of focusing on this, our mind is running all over the place. So instead, what we want is an artificial way to focus our mind so that we're not bored when we eat. And now if we look at all of the things that destroy our happiness, we will see that there is one very, very, very simple pattern. I used to be one-pointed, and now an external thought enters and shatters my one-pointedness. I used to be, I have this pen. And then the moment that this external thought, this person has more. The moment that that thought enters, my happiness is destroyed. The reason that video games no longer become fun is because we get bored while playing them. We can be very, very excited about the future, but the moment that the thought of climate change, the thought of inflation, the thought of a dating crisis enters our mind, we are no longer happy. And this is the cool thing about a one-pointed mind. All the things that you think of as making you unhappy will no longer make you unhappy. Really good example is something called work. So I've seen so many posts about people saying, is this just life where we're working from 9 to 5 and then we commute and then that's it? I can't do this for 30 years, right? I can't slog away for 30 years. And then on the flip side, we have this thing called the flow state, which is this mythical creation of this time when people are like, they're working really hard, being really productive, and it feels really good. Like that sounds completely OP. What's the difference between these two states? When you are grinding 9 to 5 and you don't like your job, what is happening in your mind? Are you absorbed with your work? Of course not. Your mind is wandering. Your work is boring. What is boring is many fluctuations of the mind all at once. Right? This is the nature of suffering. My work is so boring. So then I have to distract myself. I can tolerate work if I listen to an audiobook, if I listen to a podcast. Why do we do that? Because when I listen to a podcast, it creates one-pointedness of the mind and makes the work more tolerable. But it's not the podcast itself. It is simply the one-pointedness of the mind that becomes tolerable. And this is true from a clinical perspective as well. If we look at any mental illness, you can, whichever one you want, we're going to go through a bunch of them. What we will see is that all of these mental illnesses share one thing, which is many fluctuations of the mind. When someone is depressed, they're thinking, life is hopeless. There's no point. No one likes me. I'm failing. I'm terrible. I'm a loser. So many thoughts. When we look at something like a panic attack or anxiety, that's even worse. Oh my God, this is going to happen and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And then you engage with those thoughts, you feed those thoughts, and you work yourself from anxiety into a panic attack. What is the difference between anxiety and panic attack? The number of thoughts that you're having per second. We can even look at things like obsessive compulsive disorder, which is literally the definition of obsessive compulsive disorder is to have intrusive obsessional thoughts that will never go away. The reason that we engage in compulsions is to shut off our thoughts. Literally, this is what happens in OCD. People are like, unless I flick the light switch up and down 7 times, I will keep having thoughts of everyone in my life dying in a car accident. So in order to shut off the thoughts, they engage in the behavior. This is the really sad thing. If we look at the world today, we all have a very mild form of OCD. We don't really have OCD, but the analogy still holds, because what are we doing? I have a negative thought. What do? I engage in a compulsive behavior to make it go away. I'm bored. What should I do? Play a video game. Makes the thought of boredom go away. I feel terrible about myself. What should I do? Watch some porn. Makes the thought of feeling terrible about myself go away. So if you want to create happiness in your life, irrespective of your circumstances, and I know this is what's really going to rub people the wrong way, because we all think that the circumstances create happiness. But we know that's not true. There are plenty of billionaires out there who are still struggling to be happy. And I've worked with homeless people who seem oddly content. You may have met some of these people in your life where you're like, how is this person so happy despite having so little? Or you may look at another person and say, how on earth is this person so unhappy when they have so much? So sure, there is a correlation between the amount of security you have, the amount of money you have, and your happiness. That correlation absolutely exists. But what we're talking about is a technical definition of happiness. What is happiness within you? So now the question becomes, how do we create it? So the first thing that we've got to do is talk about meditation. And I know, meditation is the answer. Meditation is the answer. No, meditation is not the answer. We're going to talk about it. You decide whether meditation is the answer. Meditation is not going to make you happy. Okay? Let's understand how meditation can make you happy if you do it the right way. What does meditation train us to do? Meditation trains us to have a one-pointed mind. That's it. Observe your breath. Keep on observing your breath. But I'm bored. I don't give a fuck. Keep observing your breath. Keep observing your breath. But I'm bored. I'm not doing anything. There's no video games. There's no titties. It's just meditation. I'm bored, right? Meditate on a titty. I don't know if that's going to be edited out or not. Whatever. Okay. So what's the purpose of meditation? So if you want a one-pointed mind, meditation is simply the easiest way to practice entering a one-pointed state of mind, right? So this is why meditation is also an evidence-based intervention for anxiety, for depression, for schizophrenia, for OCD. Like, cool how that works, right? It relieves all of these things because it counters the basic problem with those, which is too many thoughts all over the place, really chaotic thoughts. And y'all know what this is like. You know what it's like to have thoughts full of your head and you don't know what to do and you're spiraling and all. It feels terrible. It's so much suffering. Instead, we want peace. We want peace of mind, okay? So meditation is the first thing that will train you to do that if you want to do that. The second thing that we can do, and this one is going to be even a crappier answer than meditation, is learn to tolerate boredom. So this is what I would recommend for y'all. You guys, if the weather is decent, you're not going to like get frostbite or anything. So I think a grounding practice works really well. So go outside, make sure your shoes are off, and hopefully you can step on grass or dirt or something natural. Make sure your head is uncovered and your feet are touching the ground, and spend 30 minutes with your eyes closed outside, focusing on each foot and then the top of your head. So we're going to do this rotating meditation, I guess, of focusing on one foot, focusing on the second foot, focusing on the top of our head. So just rotate your awareness between these three things. Take a deep breath in and feel yourself just pulling in the energy from the ground and the sky, okay? The purpose of this is just to create the tolerance of boredom. So the other thing that we can do to help us be happy is just to learn how to tolerate boredom. So I think this grounding practice is really, really good because it gives us something to occupy the mind, but it's something that on purpose, I'm not giving you something that's going to be very occupying, right? I don't want you to be very occupied. I want you to be bored. You can also, if you've got balls of steel or ovaries of steel, you can also try free balling travel. So this is something that's really dangerous, right? You could try going on a plane or going on a bus or going on a car and like not doing anything. Like don't take anything to do and just freeball it. Just like go for it, like raw dog that stuff, you know, like it's not just give it a shot. You're like, oh my God, Dr. K, that sounds terrible. But well, think about it. Like, what are you really losing? I mean, you have thousands and thousands and thousands and hours of playing video games and watching shows and stuff like that. What, like 4 hours of not watching something is going to kill you? Yeah, Dr. K, it's going to kill me. Oh my God. So learn to tolerate boredom. The better you are at tolerating boredom, sitting with boredom, letting those thoughts arise and letting them pass, the more happy you will become. And now we get to the third and arguably the hardest thing, and the thing that will actually make everything else that I said completely false. Okay, so now I'm going to torpedo my whole argument. So if you really want to be happy, if we look at ourselves when we are in a moment of happiness, the cause of disruption is something called a lingering thought. So you're sitting there, maybe you're at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, and you're having a good meal, and then a thought creeps in, right? So we already said that one-pointedness of the mind is what creates happiness. Fair enough. But if we look at when we try to be happy, we have these persistent, lingering thoughts that will enter our mind. They come from somewhere. And these lingering thoughts are really, really dangerous because there are all kinds of desires that we have that are unfulfilled. There are all kinds of goals that we set for ourselves. There are all kinds of worries that we have about the future. So the last thing to really consider is that you cannot be happy. It's going to be very hard to be happy as long as those lingering thoughts are there. Now, I'm not talking about depression. I'm not talking about comparison. I know it's kind of weird because like it's hard for me to define this, but hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about. There are some thoughts in your life that keep coming up about things that you should do. That's what a lingering thought is. It's persistent. It's not a random fluctuation. It is a persistent fluctuation. And it's not something that is necessarily like depressive, right? It's not a thought that makes you feel really, really terrible or really, really anxious. There are thoughts that connect and come from your heart and things that you know you should do, things that make you feel sad and disappointed, more disappointed with yourself than sad, right? It's like, I should really do this thing. And the last thing that I'll tell y'all is that in order to make these lingering thoughts go away, you've got two options. You can either become a level 100 yogi, or you can do the fucking thing. And what I want y'all to understand is when we struggle with these thoughts, these lingering thoughts, we struggle with procrastination. I should do this. Oh, it's so hard. That's not what I'm talking about. Shouldn't enter the equation. There's a different way to look at this, which is, do you want to have a peaceful mind? If the answer is yes, you will never have it as long as that karma is incomplete. As long as that thought is lingering, it is incomplete. You will never be happy. You can level up to 100 level yogi and then gain complete detachment and be perfectly happy. You can do it that way. That's way harder. What's way easier is actually doing the fucking thing. So when you're quiet, when you're got some moment of happiness, when you're one-pointed and that thought pops up, the way that you need to approach that task is, do I want peace of mind? I know this is going to sound insane, for the rest of my life. If I want peace of mind for the rest of my life, it has to start with this lingering thought. Because if you always wanted to be a painter and you've wanted this for 15 years and it keeps coming up, this will haunt you. It has haunted you for your entire life. So then you must do the thing if you want a mind at peace. Now, you may say, but Dr. K, does this mean I should just do whatever, should I just work really hard and fulfill all my goals? No. I want y'all to understand very clearly what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is the state of happiness and what shatters the state of happiness. I'm not telling you to fulfill your goals so that you have a happy life. I've worked with billionaires who have tried that. It doesn't work. The fulfillment of the goal is not what brings you happiness. The fulfillment of the goal makes the lingering thought go away and allows you to be one-pointed for a moment in time. Focus, Dr. K. Focus your mind. The one exception could be the insertion of certain body images could bring us happiness. I don't know. Anyway.
That's fucking great. I love Dr. K. He's so great. Well, let me see what we got here. Pick a number 1 through 92, Cornbread.
56.
Oh, all right. This is a good one. Some Snow Patrol. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday morning. We'll play a little bit of tunes and see where we're at with our morning. Cheers, everybody.
We'll do it all. Everything on our own. We don't need anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Those 3 words are said too much. They're not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? All that I am, all that I ever was, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Right? Such a dope song. All right, it is about that time. We'll go ahead and smoke one more and call it a morning show. I hope everybody's had a dope Tuesday morning. Off to a dope Tuesday morning. Cornbread?
All right, much love, everybody. Thank you for tuning in the morning show. It's a great way to start your morning. Let's go. It's Tuesday. Yeah. Make sure you're following everybody you're interacting with. Make sure you're following everybody on the co-production team because you don't want to miss out what's going on. Let's go. Stay lifted, stay positive, and I will see y'all when I see y'all. Much love.
Much love, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hanging out this morning. It has been a dope Tuesday morning. Hope to see everybody this afternoon for some Guardians of Unity. Token tunes tonight. Brand new playlist. Let's fucking go. Great this day in history. Much love, Vicki B. Great timeline segment. And definitely great morning speaker. Always love the Dr. K's. Please make sure you're following everybody on the co-production team from the one and only Sir Cough Select. Don't miss Token Tunes every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Let's go. Make sure you are following one and only Europe Entertainment. Don't miss out on the shenanigans every Sunday morning. Make sure you're following Michael Hugo Man Bear. Don't miss out on all the vibes he brings to the shows. Make sure you're following the one and only Kelsey Dabbs, Dabber Chick. Don't miss out on the Dabber Chick show. Make sure you are following Mad Productions. Don't miss out on all the music he's got coming out. Make sure you are following the one and only Cornbread. Don't miss out on all the vibes that she brings to all the shows. And thank you to everybody that helps support Cove-TV. Cove-TV is literally brought to you by viewers like yourself. I hope to see everybody this afternoon. Much love. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. And we'll send it off with some George Michael. Cheers, everybody.
So unsure as I take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes calls to mind the silver screen and all its sad goodbyes. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste a chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Oh. Time can never mend the careless whispers of a good friend. To the heart and mind, ignorance is kind. There's no comfort in the truth. Pain is all you find. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste a chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Tonight the music seems so loud. I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's better this way. We'd hurt each other with the things we want to say. We could have been so good together. We could have lived this dance forever. But now who's gonna dance with me? Please stop. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. I should have known better than to cheat a friend and waste a chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. The way I dance with you. I dance with you.
Much love, everybody. We'll catch you guys later.
Much love.